Hello everyone. Let's now look at this question, quadratic polynomials with rational coefficients having root 3 as a 0 or of the form. Why do you think we have this question here? Because we know quadratic polynomials general form is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general format that we use to represent any quadratic polynomials. But the additional information provided, which are rational coefficients, root 3, one of the zeros, would that make it transform, make ax square plus bx plus c transform into something else, which needs to be filled in this blank? Probably yes. Let's take a look at that. Look at the question again. Rational coefficients implies the coefficient, leading coefficient a, linear coefficient b, and then the constant. All of them belong to rational numbers, q. And because it is a quadratic polynomial, we expect two zeros, alpha and beta. Let the zeros be alpha and beta. There is nothing mentioned about they being rational or irrational, any restriction on that, but they have given one of the zeros is root 3. So this is an irrational number. How are zeros and then coefficients connected in a quadratic polynomial? We know alpha plus beta. Sum of the two zeros is equal to minus b by a. So the two zeros and then the coefficients are connected. Likewise, let me write here alpha beta, product of the two zeros is equal to c by a. Relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Let's plug in alpha equals root 3 plus beta equals minus b by a. Focus on this now. What do we have on the right hand side? Right hand side is minus b by a. B is a rational number, a is a rational number. So minus b by a is expected to be a rational number. However, on the left hand side, we have an irrational number and beta needs to be added to that irrational number, and overall result should become the rational number, because you cannot equate an irrational number to a rational number. So left hand side also must turn to be a rational number, and we have beta that must be adjusted in such a way that the left hand side becomes rational number. We'll come back to this in a while. Let's look at the other relationship. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Root 3 into beta equals c by a. You have the same issue. C is a rational number, a is a rational number, so overall the right hand side is a rational number. Left hand side, product of two numbers, one of them is irrational, other one we are yet to determine, should give us the product to be a rational number. So this must convert to a rational number now. Combining both, so root 3 plus beta should become a rational number. Root 3 into beta should become a rational number. Without which the relationship between the zeros and then the coefficients wouldn't work. You can never equate an irrational number to a rational number because both of them have different forms. To make the second number a rational number, root 3b beta, if it has to become a rational number, beta must be having a rationalizing factor for root 3. What is the rationalizing factor for root 3? Anything that has root 3 and then any number associated with it. So something like 4 root 3, 5 root 3, 10 root 3. So that becomes the rationalizing factor for root 3. So what I'm trying to say here is root 3, if beta turns out to be 4 root 3, then root 3 into root 3 would give us 3, 3 into 4 is 12. So it becomes a rational number. So we have a way to convert root 3 beta to a rational number. So there should be a rationalizing factor root 3 in beta that would convert, when you take the product, that would convert root 3 into b to a rational number. So we'll keep this one. How about root 3 plus beta becoming a rational number? To make root 3 plus beta a rational number, there should be something that nullifies this or negates this. So beta must be of the form minus root 3 because root 3 should vanish. So minus root 3 would negate it, plus any number, say plus 4. Root 3 minus root 3 plus 4, root 3 and minus root 3 would get cancelled. You are left with a rational number. Combining these two, one should be of the form a root 3. In the second case, it should be of the form a root 3. In the first case, beta should be of the form b minus root 3, isn't it? If both of them have to be satisfied, because in both the conditions we need rational numbers on the left hand side, if both of them have to be satisfied, the only value that beta can have is minus root 3. No other value of beta would allow us to make both the expressions root 3 plus beta, root 3 beta to become rational number. Only value that would allow us to make both root 3 plus beta and root 3 beta a rational number would be beta is equal to minus root 3. So pause here, think about which other numbers might make both the expressions rational numbers. You find none other than minus root 3. Now that we have found out beta to be negative root 3, we have alpha is equal to root 3, beta is equal to negative root 3. What is alpha plus beta going to become? So this becomes negative root 3. They nullify, it becomes 0. So sum of the two zeros is 0. Minus b by a is equal to 0 implies b equals 0. The numerator should become 0. If b is equal to 0, what happens to the general quadratic polynomial that we have written there? B becomes 0. The linear term here, bx, vanishes. It becomes 0. 0 into anything is going to be 0. When b is equal to 0, bx vanishes. So the new form is ax square plus c. For all the quadratic polynomials with rational roots and one of the zeros being an irrational number, we end up writing a new form for the quadratic polynomial, which is ax square plus c.